Well, hello, my beautiful Scorpio. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for November 2025. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings, and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. Now, I will be using Gaia chimes, so please be mindful to turn down your volume if you are someone who is sensitive to sound. So let us start your reading and let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Scorpio, this is your monthly reading for November. Scorpio season has arrived. Firstly, happy birthday to all you wonderful Scorpios who have already had your birthday. I hope you had the most magical time indeed. And of course, happy birthday to all you wonderful Scorpios whose birthday is yet to come. Again, I hope you have the most magical time indeed. Now, your season offers you the greatest of energies, and I don't know if you noticed about the Gaia chimes there. It went wild over the water. So you're deeply going to be in your emotions. They are magical. They will set you free. They will help you process in order to revamp your life in some way and make sense of perhaps a very challenging environment that perhaps you have been traversing at this moment in time. But let's get straight to your cards and see what is ahead for you this month, because of course, the months are literally flying on by, but here we are. November has arrived, and it promises to be a pretty big month ahead, for we have officially moved into your smoldering season, my beautiful Scorpio. And let's just say this month may slip on in quietly, but it certainly holds gravitas, intensity, and offers an opportunity for your fearless inner strength to make major power moves in silence. But the results and the rewards will actually make some monumental noise for your future. For you shall be magnetic. This is your season, a highly transformative month to deep dive emotionally and rise up like the phoenix that you are, to rebirth, overcome any issues, and of course, reclaim your power, sovereignty, and success. Now, the truth, they say, shall set us free. And this is a supercharged month of cathartic release and reset. As captivating this season is, it will bestow this Plutonian energy on everybody, but you the most, my beautiful Scorpio, to really face your truth with a critical eye and cast out that which does not enrich your soul or your journey ahead. It is here that we hold ourselves to higher standards. And with laser-like focus this month, it's full steam ahead. That final push before December encourages a slower pace. Now, your season is very persuasive. It amplifies persistence and tenacity as the driving force and determination behind your plans, your goals, and your dreams. This month encourages you to seek your truth and wear it proud. Confront any fears, challenge the status quo, and ask leading questions to dig a little bit deeper, as well as contemplate the mysteries of you, all that you're capable of and more, as well as your interaction within your world and the world outside of yourself. Now, your sensual side also comes out to play as you explore new experiences and challenge yourself out of your comfort zone. This is the month to dare, to double dare even, as your inner rebel sets the tone and the pace for the coming weeks. But it's not all action-packed for you. As you probably know, you may also have a profound sense of yearning for alone time, a desire to process your path, understand your emotions. I love the way that that card just jumped out there, by the way. Launching something this month will be great for you. There's going to be a lot of fun to be had. But this is a month to really understand your emotions, to let go of your past and make sense of the deeper undertones of life. Emotional security and your home life will also be firmly on your mind as you try to make sense of a world that's undergoing a radical shift. Now, the super full moon will be in the sign of Taurus this month, and that's going to be on the 5th of November. That offers us all an opportunity to remain practical, to stay on top of our finances, as well as foster habits to attract more. Plus, the Uranus retrograde will also dip back into the sign of Taurus, requesting us all to revisit financial strategies or reevaluate spending, but actually with the notion to gift yourself a little treat or indeed receive a token of appreciation from alternative sources. Now, you're going to be gifted and treated, and a lot of you may actually be gifting yourself this month as well. So enjoy that. Remember, all that you've been through, you deserve this. So I definitely see that happening there. Now, this retrograde will also help you rewire or plan without any sudden unexpected plot twists, flinging you out of your comfort zone, which is nice. It's nice to step out of your comfort zone yourself, not be flung out of it. So I feel the energy will help there as well. However, Mercury retrograde is a different story. It's notorious for causing issues with communication systems, delays, social media network glitches, communications, and general befuddlement. I love that word, especially when clarity is sought. So if you need to get anything clear, this is a great time to get everything in writing. That will just offer you documented proof to save down, things should you ever need them. Also, save financial statements as proof of finances because, of course, it's in Taurus energy. So just in case there's a glitch, always, good to protect yourself there. Now, the 6th of November also sees Venus get up close and personal with your sign, of course. So if you're single, expect sparks to fly with a new encounter. And if you're already committed, this month will literally dial up the chemistry and take things to a whole new level. It's time to adore and explore. And of course, as usual for a Scorpio, it sounds like a lot, right? But you're totally on it. I would say breathe. Jupiter retrogrades on the 11th, and it asks you to relax, to really question where you're spending your energy. And it reminds you that you've got this. This season will nudge you to be the change that you want to see in your world. And with that fire in your soul coming to the surface, you'll be excited by the revamp. Now, in terms of global events, and please fast forward this part if you really don't wish to hear it, I mentioned in my 2025 yearly forecast that this year was a monumental shift year. Neptune's 165 orbit period is about to complete. It just dipped back into Pisces as a final salute before moving permanently into Aries. This will never occur again in our lifetime. Last time Neptune shifted like this was between 1847 and 1875. Now, why should this be relevant? Well, that time period documents radical revolution, uprisings, advancements in technology, famous gold rushes, agricultural struggles, changes in monarchy, and even a shift in higher consciousness, which saw the rise in spiritualism as people returned to their core values. Also, the Suez Canal even underwent significant construction, affecting trade. And we see the same progression in that very area as we embark on the same cycle. Now, I'm not saying that history will repeat itself in this timeline, but perhaps we can learn from the past to understand the present direction. I also mentioned that this year would be about fire and water. Neptune in Pisces affects oceans. When it moves into Aries, fire. So land masses that have lain dormant for hundreds of thousands of years are awakening, and underwater topography could also be impacted there too. A solar maximum flare. There's a high increase of that happening in November. This could impact a seismic event or potential major power outage. Plus, we will hear more about the mysterious three-eye atlas. And the topic of conversation will be its unusual light anomalies. So we'll see what happens there as well. Now, Mars also moves into the sign of Sagittarius, which can lead to potential conflict. Mars is a very fiery planet associated with confrontation and war, combined with impulsive Sagittarius, fiery energy, this can trigger a gamble with audacious moves in order to expand or control. Rhetoric is firmly replaced with action when these two combine. And as always, there are many levels to the shifts and how they affect the energy. So on a personal level for you, my beautiful Scorpio, the new moon is really going to affect you the most. It'll occur on the 19th, and it offers you a chance at something new, but with an electric twist. Something bold, something daring, but most importantly, something meaningful and true to who you are. It will actually offer you a period of reflection where you contemplate stealthy moves towards abundance and security. And of course, you know more than most that true power moves in silence. A spark of the divine is lit within you this month, helping you engage more fully in your world and all that enriches your soul and, of course, your wonderful path ahead. Now, this is a very cathartic month for you. You're moving on from so many things, okay? I feel like you're reclaiming your power. You have a lot on your mind. You're doing a lot of mending and fixing in your life, okay? Because you have the 4 cups here, 5 of cups. You're on to better things, but you're releasing a lot of challenging thoughts, intrusive thoughts, people who've let you down, situations that perhaps, did not go the way you hoped, but it's because you are on the path to something better, something more. And I'm so excited to see this card as your protagonist energy because, of course, your first house is going to be influencing you at some point this month, well, the middle of the month, shall we say. And the Empress energy indicates you're nourishing yourself in a better way, especially when it comes to your mindfulness, when it comes to your thoughts, how you feel about yourself, what you think about the world around you. I feel like you're setting yourself free. There's definitely more fun to be had here. The 7th house is actually influencing you at the beginning of the month, and that's going to make you feel a little bit more sociable, maybe talking to people, reaching out. This is not something typical that you do, but I feel a lot of people want to come closer to you, want to celebrate the wonderful you. If you're having an event, there could be someone who perhaps cannot make it last minute. Got to be honest with you there. You may be a little bit disappointed, but I feel actually they have a good reason for not being there. I'm not sure what it is, but I feel like their hands are kind of tied on this. You kind of understand it, but you kind of wish that they were there. So that's coming out there strongly. Now, this card, of course, is the Empress. It's all about nourishing yourself in a different way, focusing on your health goals, focusing on, your meal plans, your diet, and how they affect meal plans. Maybe you're looking at food costs as well there because this is a card of abundance. A lot of you are getting, connected to nature this month, getting out there, feeling fresh. But also, this is about self-care, emotional security, being good to yourself and treating the wonderful you. Now that's on a very kind of like basic level with this card. There's more to it than the energy of that. This is an energy of, not just being kinder to yourself, but acknowledging how far you've come, that you are nourishing your world, you're maintaining and sustaining, you are focusing on the projects that are going really well for you. I feel a lot of you, this is about you being very productive this month, getting so much done, feeling so proud of yourself. But because your 7th house is influencing you at the beginning of the month, a lot of you are thinking about your relationships with the people that you really care about, the people who you let into your life, the people who you love with wild abandon, that kindness in your soul, your ride or die with those people. So you may be spending time with those people or be communicating with those people a lot. And I feel you leaning into friendship, but also rituals with friendships. And what I mean by that is there could be someone that you haven't seen for a long time and there's a declaration like, we should do this more. We should see each other. We should reach out. We should communicate. Because it just feels so good to be in their energy, okay? Now, of course, your 7th house is all about partnerships, the people in your everyday circumstances. And I feel like you're going to be celebrated because, of course, you're the Empress energy, which means you're open. And I feel this is an energy of you looking at who's got your back, your alliances. I mean, because this is also a very creative, productive card, a lot of you are still working. If you're in a career working, you may not work exactly on your birth date. You may take a day off there. I mean, there's the odd, I've got like 2% Scorpios may be like business as usual, but I feel a lot of you could be working really hard in order to take some time off for your birthday if you haven't already celebrated your birthday there. But I feel this is about romancing your life a little bit more and gifting yourself. there's definitely an energy here of purchasing a little something, something that's been on your mind for some time. I just feel like finally you go, you know what, I'm going to do it. Life's too short. So you may be finding what you want to purchase at a lower cost though, because I feel like the quality of it is still wonderful, whatever it is, because this is a card of quality, but I feel it could be a new price on it. So some sort of sale or discount going on there, because I feel like, you get more for your money. That's something that's coming out there. Now, of course, this is a card of abundance, so you are focused on your finances. A lot of you, this card indicates you may be doing something aesthetically to treat yourself. So first house is you focusing on your body. So a lot of you are looking at, as I said, your bodily needs, your energy levels. As you're maturing, you're starting to think about your legacy as well, how far you've come. You'll be thinking in practical senses as well, thinking about your 401ks, pensions, stability for your future, your plans for the future. But as you mature, I feel there's a lot more emotional security. You're not afraid of your emotions, but you're aware that this is a very sensitive month where songs may trigger your emotions. Suddenly there's a cathartic release. It may bring you back to times in your life where there was struggle, hardship, people let you down, but yet you're still standing and you're in Empress energy, which means like you've been through a lot, you've conquered so much, and still you're not allowing life or the world to harden your heart. Very important there. And also, you do not look your age. You have the Fool card there, so you look a lot younger than your age there. Someone is going to give you a compliment this month when you talk about your birth date or your age. Someone is literally going to tell you the truth. You've got King of Swords energy, which means someone is shocked that you are the age that you are. They thought you were a lot younger. You have a playful heart, and I feel like you're leaning into that playful, maybe even a little bit of a mysterious but mischievous side coming out to play there as well. Now, of course, the Empress energy indicates productivity. You're busy, you're creative, lots of ideas, you're nurturing your plans, you're still on top of your plans. You're not going to abandon those just because it's your birthday season, but because your first house is there, treating yourself to like a change of look, maybe additions to your wardrobe, for example. You may be revamping, your style in some way, perhaps changing the color of your hair, or maybe even like being more flamboyant in the colors that you use to express yourself with your clothes. This is about also you looking at what makes you unique, what makes you stand out from the crowd. And this is a card indicating that you're magnetic, you're attractive, both inside and out. You're such a kind person on a soul level. You're often misunderstood, but I feel there is an energy here of you saying, you know what, I don't care if I'm misunderstood by other people. I know who I am, and I do not misunderstand myself. So this is about you valuing yourself in a way where you've done a lot of soul searching. You'll do more because your first house is always making you soul search there. But I feel like you're searching for your place in the world at this moment in time. So you know who you are. You've got a strong sense of, what you stand for, your belief system. But with that Six of Swords, it really connects to your first house of like, where do you belong? Philosophically, you're going to ask those questions. A lot of you may be thinking about overseas travel. So you may be looking at different countries, maybe even to a new neighborhood. It doesn't have to always be overseas, but a lot of you are thinking about life somewhere else right now. Would it be better? I feel like you've been very tested. You've been waiting for the results on all of this hard work that you've been doing right now. And I actually feel a lot of you are going to see the results of this hard work that you've been doing, whether it is that you have been like hitting the gym and trying to remain on top of your health goals, whether it is, you trying to lean more into friendships, or whether it is career related. You're going to see a lot of transformation. But there's something here that I feel like you identify in the month of November that just isn't working for you right now. And you're steering clear of it. You're like, you know what, that's draining my energy. It's wasting my time. It's putting too much up on my plate to focus on. I feel like you have other focuses that perhaps you need to lean into this month, and you're not allowing it to get you down, okay? But I feel if there's anything that you're unhappy with as well, this month, this is the month where you have a new focus, or you set on changing these things for the better, because you're on your course right now towards something better. This means you've been tested in life, you're passing the test, you're moving on to new experiences. And I feel some of you could launch something this month as well, or you are trialing something because you have that Fool card energy. You're reaching for more, and you've been thinking about doing this for a long time. Thought springs into action right now. And November is a month that will catapult you towards your manifestations, and you will discover the magic within you, but also outside of yourself. Now, they always say that, the people who are seeing magic are the people who go searching for it. So I feel like you are the sort of person who will go searching for it. You have the King of Swords here, which means you're very cerebral, deep in thought. You have a lot on your mind, a lot on your to-do list, but you're creating some sort of structure. You're organized, you're disciplined, you're on top of your plans. A lot of you are trying to get ahead so that you can have a vacation there. Some of you have some travel plans. There may be a minor delay regarding a travel plan, and there could be something regarding keys, regarding like if you are staying in a place, it could be that perhaps you have to wait for the person to deliver the keys for you to get to, like if you're going to, I don't know, like an Airbnb, right? If you're staying somewhere where you require a key to get in, there could be a delay on that. I mean, it's really minor. It just popped in there. I had to mention it. But all will be fine. I feel like you don't, of course, want to waste your time, but I feel there could be a miscommunication regarding time. But, I feel like it wasn't a miscommunication. It's almost like it is presented as like, oh, I didn't understand. It's a miscommunication. And you're like, I don't think that's true. I think you're just using that as an excuse. You don't want to confront this. You're literally not allowing any cloud to dull your shine. You're not allowing anything to disappoint you or get in your way of you enjoying your birthday season. Now, King of Swords, of course, this particular one, because there's two Kings of Swords in this deck. There's two Emperors, for example, and my guides asked me to keep both in there because each card tells a story, and this is the one with the needle and thread. So you're doing a lot of mending. Now, this could literally be that you're mending some emotions, cathartically letting go, but also it can be that you may have an item in your home that needs repair. Some of you may literally be like crocheting, knitting, or sewing things that need to be sewn. A button, for example, on an item of your favorite clothing. Things like that, practical things. But this basically means that you have a vision for your future and you are staying on top of your vision. Now, looking at the energy, this tells me you're looking at your long-term plans and your short-term plans there, and you're making sure that everything is in order and aligning. And when you have a King of Swords energy, it means you're a pro at whatever it is you're doing. You're very talented, very gifted. So I would say this is a month where you could be waiting for communication on something that perhaps you've waited for a long time on. Now, I have to give this to you straight, okay? I'm not going to lie to you. This is real talk. We've got the Five of Cups here and the Four of Cups at the end of the month there. Something may disappoint you this month. It could be a person, it could be a situation, but I have to say that the Four of Cups is great because it is your final card. And it highlights that something that was potentially disappointing or something that you felt like, oh, it's not working, you kind of like let it go. Like, okay, fine, that wasn't meant for me. What is meant for me will never pass me by. That's your mindset, because there is a clear change in mindset for you this month where you're not allowing any intrusive thoughts to get you down. And the Four of Cups means you may be disappointed by something, or you feel let down, or you feel kind of like disenchanted in some way. Four of Cups says the universe is about to surprise you with something way better. If you experience some sort of setback, and it is minor, I want you to be aware of that. This is a minor setback, and I hate to give you this message, but these two cards popped out. I didn't choose the cards. They're there. I'm expressing what these cards mean, but also what the energy is highlighting. It just means that something greater is being lined up for you. Something more exciting, more fulfilling, something that will actually reach your expectations in a more fulfilled way, okay? So that Five of Cups, this can be cathartic release as well. It can be that you're literally releasing all of the disappointments that you've experienced in your life and how you feel about them. But you may acknowledge that these disappointments, they were meant to be released in order to free you up so that you didn't connect to something that could be more hurtful further down the line, so that you could be free to explore new avenues. Umbrellas always represent protection and redirection towards something greater. So I feel like you're in a shift, because your overarching energy is the Magician, which means something that matches your vision isn't quite ready or is, going to come towards you in the form that you want, but how it's showing up right now is not exactly everything that you asked for. So you may have to turn something down, for example, and this may disappoint you, but you may be in control because this is a control card. You're in control of letting something go or, canceling something or just kind of going, no, this doesn't fit right now. And for some of you, you may actually get some news that you waited for and it's testing, but it means you're going to be on to better times. I always say as a Scorpio myself, it's better to know. I'd rather someone said no and ripped the Band-Aid off straight away so I don't waste my time, okay? Because of course time is important. And I feel like you'd rather someone was real with you. So if, for example, you are currently going for new job opportunities, you're trying to interview, put your resume out there, and it's been really hard and very uncertain there is a new start here for you. But you may go for an interview this month that you really feel, oh, this is it. This is the one. This is the one I really want. It's a dream job opportunity. It doesn't have this aspect, but I can kind of compromise on that. And the universe says, no compromise. So you may go for the interview and think, okay, it went okay. But you may actually be disappointed and feel, okay, that really didn't meet all my expectations. However, the universe says surprise and sends you another opportunity that actually ticks all of the boxes. Okay, so it could be a minor disappointment. The same with love, for example. There may be a person who's giving mixed signals at this moment in time and you just prefer real talk, like just tell me how it is. Don't, string me on. The same with the job. It's like if you go for a first interview and, it goes really well and the second interview is like coming up, and if you find out that perhaps there's someone in-house that is up for the role, you may feel a little bit like disgruntled that perhaps they wasted your time coming for a second interview. But actually you are that good, you're such a pro that you challenged a person who is already in the system of being the favorite for the role. So it is not a setback. It is actually highlighting that you are more gifted, more talented, but something has to go another way because something better is aligned for you. So same with, romance, for example. You're very attractive. You're going to get a lot of attention if you're single right now. And there could be someone who potentially you feel has, given you mixed signals. And you may be wondering, is this person stringing you along? And I would say with the Fool card that you kind of let them down, you let them go, you kind of remove yourself from the energy is what I'm seeing. And then suddenly someone new comes on in who's more aligned, someone that you waited for your whole life, that you could see a future with this person. So, everything happens for a reason. Now, the King of Swords and the Fool card, this tells me structure. You have a lot to organize and stay on top of because everything is connected there for you. It's like you're following on through. If you think about a needle and how hard it is to thread a needle, you're doing something that is challenging right now, but with intense focus, you make it happen. So I feel like you're looking at the finer details in your plans right now, and you're doing something that is challenging but monumentally successful. The Fool card is the balance of going out there having fun, so you're remaining structured on top of your goals, of course, and the Fool card is like you're off to play, you're enjoying yourself. But as you can see here, I feel there could be a spontaneous opportunity. Fool card represents a new beginning. If you are a business owner, for example, this can indicate that you're very clear thinking, you have a strategy, a structure, you could launch something which is new during this period, and a lot of people love it. Timing is important. With the Five of Cups there could be just a minor disappointment with something regarding this, but it's almost like a soft launch, or it's like a learning curve because you've got that King of Swords energy. It just kind of helps you manage it better on the next step or the next process. There's no such thing as failure. I don't see failure here anyway, but there's no such thing as failure, only a learning curve of how to, move ahead and, implement the lessons along the way. So with this Fool card, I feel a lot of you are maybe thinking about something new or revamping your world in some way, but also remembering your journey, remembering childhood. So I feel a lot of you looking at, inner child wounds this month and recognizing that you have become the person that perhaps you maybe needed when you were younger, someone to inspire you, to help you discover things about yourself, to understand. And with that Fool card energy, I feel some of you may want to be a little bit more spontaneous or take more risks in life. Calculated risks, because you have the King of Swords there. You're not just, launching yourself into folly. You're the sort of person who is ruminating on a plan right now and about to action it, whatever that is. Fool card is a lot of excitement there. It is a feeling of independence and freedom to take that leap on something that you've been thinking about for some time. So whether that's been like you want to cut your hair real short and perhaps it's been long your whole life, you're like, you know what, I want to take that leap, I'm going to do it. Or whether it is, I'm going to launch a business, I'm going to become my own boss. Or whether it is, I'm going to, travel to a place I've never been to before, or I'm going to have a date night by myself. Whatever it is, I feel like you're thinking about it for such a long time, and this leap will lead towards better things. Now, we've got the Fool card twice. Beginnings, of course. Now, this card can indicate that some of you have felt very unfulfilled in a certain area, and you feel it's time to get moving. You want to change something. But again, I'm being given this energy that if there is a group activity or an event or something that perhaps you've booked, there may be someone who can't make it. You are unprepared that they couldn't make it. It feels like plans may change suddenly, and it feels like they're in a bind. It feels like it's out of their hands, but I feel like you do understand because you've got the King of Swords, which is to understand, but that Five of Cups can be a little bit like you're disappointed that they couldn't make it, okay? But the Fool card energy is, fresh ideas, adventure, taking a chance, but also playfulness and opening up to a lot of fun, especially with your 7th house there. Connecting to like events, galleries, music, gigs, being more creative, maybe spontaneously going out with friends or even on your own, or leaning into hobbies that bring you joy this month. I just feel a lot of you are wanting to let loose and be a bit more fancy-free because you tend to put a lot of responsibility on your shoulders. And this month, you just want to be a little bit more playful regarding the energies. Now, Two of Wands energy, of course, is you're waiting for something. This could be that you are keeping an eye on your plans and seeing how they're developing at this moment in time. I do see that you're refining your goals, the details, setting specific milestones for you to reach that are achievable, maybe breaking it down into steps. But I see that there's some news here that you may be waiting for. And with the Six of Swords, because anything that's in the resistance position, at first it will go into the upright. So this tells me that there could be something, as I mentioned, that is a bit testing, tests your patience, pushes your buttons a little bit. But the Six of Swords means, you move on from this. It also means that, if you have been tested recently, that you are in a transition towards something greater. It may have taken a while. I feel a lot of you, this is a month where something that was on hold suddenly starts moving ahead. And although you may be disappointed that it was on hold or you wanted to rush ahead or move forward, it had its timing. And I feel the timing is better, that there was a bit of a delay, okay? Now, Two of Wands, of course, is an energy of your plans, designing your plans, ambition, feeling a bit restless, having an appetite for more. And you've got this figure right here. As you can see, I hope you can see because it's very small. There's a figure here, and they are standing on top of what looks like solid ground, but of course there's a little alligator there. So this can indicate that there is a need for a risk. And she's got a little tiny buttercup in her hand. It's tiny, but on the end of the alligator's tail, there is a larger buttercup. And she's contemplating, because there's a bit of freedom symbol here. There's a bird representing freedom. You have the freedom to choose, and this figure is like wanting more. So you're aware that if you want more, whether it's abundance, more freedom, more creativity, more friendship, it requires a leap of faith. It requires putting yourself out there, shining your light. So a lot of you, this could be that you are expressing yourself in a way that is a little bit different. So having your needs met from a healthy place, you may articulate yourself in a different way. You may say some things that perhaps are a little bit out there to challenge people, but you feel it is better to do that or say that because then you're understood. Also, it can be that you have been thinking about taking a risk for a while in a certain area of your life, and you're like, you know what, I'm going to go for it, because that Fool card is there twice. So you're launching yourself into it, whatever it is. And the Two of Wands indicates that things are going to develop in very unexpected but interesting ways. And it also indicates that, you are aligning yourself with what you want, but also what you need. The universe is setting you up with what you need, but there's a final push towards what you want happening here. And I feel like you're engaging more deeply in the process of envisaging something new for your life. The vision has already started, is what I'm seeing here. And it's like you're in the middle of it. You're planning for your future. And because, of course, this is your birthday season, you're going to be thinking about your legacy, about your path, how far you've come. You're going to be thinking about childhood, the journey to now. You're going to be thinking about where you want to go. And of course, this is about you trusting in the unknown, that, you are realizing it's a big old wide world out there. And this is the equivalent of like sitting on the fence on something. This figure is sitting on top of the house. So house energy represents security. And of course, you are secure in your endeavors, but this figure is already taking a risk by sitting on top of the house, not being in the house. So it can be that, there is something that will help you expand in some way. So if you're a business owner, this could be you expanding your reach, going global, for example. You've waited a long time for this moment. For some of you, this could be that you've been waiting for the opportunity to move or to buy property, and suddenly you find the property of your dreams, but it may come at a disappointment. Perhaps there was something else you were hoping for and it didn't go your way. Perhaps it went elsewhere to somebody else, and you're like, oh, I'm going to have to wait. But the universe says no. That was just kind of preparing you for what is to come, and what is to come is even better. So I see that. You are expanding on opportunity. Two of Wands is a very exciting card. I actually kind of like the Two of Wands because it means you're at the planning stage of something and you may feel frustrated, but the results will be more rewarding, and they are coming. A lot of you are working hard and you can't see the results, but they are going to take a monumental shift this month. Now, Six of Swords, we've got that turbulent cloud. So you're the sort of person who works well under pressure. You don't like it, but it makes you change and challenge yourself. You're constantly revamping all the time. Six of Swords means you're protected. So this could be that you are looking at things that protect against risk. So it could be that you're looking at renewing insurance policies, life insurance as well, home insurance. A lot of you could be also taking a test. If you are taking a test, like a driving test, for example, or you've been in training for something, you could be worried about a test, but I see that you're passing it because that Six of Swords is present in your energy. It basically means that some of you are recovering a situation that you found challenging. You're evolving, you're learning more things, and you're advancing. King of Swords tells me you're very knowledgeable. So if you are taking a test or you're pushing yourself towards getting new skills, learning new languages, or learning new information to advance in your career, I definitely see it's going to take you through turbulent times. Economically, there are some challenging times right now, and I feel like you are powering on through. You may be disappointed in the way that the world is presenting itself right now, but the Magician card is still there, which means you're still trying to, remember that there is magic in the world. The magic is within you. You're shining your light there, and I feel that you are the light in the darkness, as it were. So this is basically an invitation to turn up your light, I would say. And actually, I think that, because I'm seeing a name in the water, Marianne Williamson, very famous person who is very inspiring. So perhaps she has said something like that in the past. I'm not sure, but I think she has, if my memory serves me well. But I feel, there's a lot of uncertainty. This figure is literally looking at the moon, but you're not allowing it to rob you of joy. You're coming back to the present moment, to live in the moment with the people you care about. Your seventh house is going to make you want to celebrate and just live life, live in the moment. Yes, everybody has responsibilities. You're on top of yours, and I feel like you're sticking to financial strategies, saving plans, perhaps even having new money-making ideas. But I feel more than anything, because you have swords and water here with a little bit of wands, tells me more that you're focused on your dreams, your goals, your passions, and moving forward in life. And nothing and nobody is going to get in your way there. I feel like you are getting to know yourself a little bit more and how capable you are and how you've shifted your awareness and choosing to lean into your life philosophy and recognizing actually, because these are two cards that are about the unknown. It can be with that Fool card that, yeah, nothing's ever guaranteed. And of course, you are choosing to believe that what lies ahead is better for you. And it's like the unknown is actually going to help you evolve and lean into success and manifest what you desire. The unknown actually will truly bring you what you desire. And a lot of people may let doubt or worry kind of stifle their plans in some way, but you're there for it. You're like, okay, I don't know where this is going, but I'm going to throw myself at it. It's going to work. And you're right. The manifestation card is the magician energy, which means that you are magnetic. You are recognizing you have everything within you to make your life work in the way that you want to make it work. You are free to choose is what I keep getting here. And the Five of Cups, I actually see this more as you letting something go, as you turning something down that just doesn't align with you, that doesn't kind of help you in any way. Four Cups is like you feel dissatisfied with something, whether it's a friendship, a relationship, an environment, and you're like, you know what? If I don't change, nothing's going to change. So I feel like you are living your best life or moving towards doing that and having the freedom to choose where you spend your time, where you spend your focus, and what gets your energy. And that's across the board. Now, of course, what you can see in your mind, you can literally have in your hand. So a lot of you are choosing a little bit more positivity, choosing to lean into taking the leap of faith, taking a risk to be more spontaneous. I mean, there's not really this focus on love this month. Doesn't mean that love is not available for you. I feel for some of you, you could actually hear from someone from your past, an ex, during this period, especially in and around your birthday date or season. They may even, because this person, they like to test you and they like to trigger you, whoever this person is, they would really kind of reach out on a date that wasn't your birthday, but in and around your birthday, almost saying, isn't it your birthday right about now? I was just thinking about you. And you're like, oh, you know exactly when my birthday is. You know, that sort of person, the one who really kind of knows you, got in deep there. You could hear from that person over the next coming weeks. And looking at this energy, I mean, you're not going back to this. You may contemplate mending it for a little while, but this person is immature and you feel that they constantly either string you along or let you down, or they just don't lean into their promises. Okay, and you may let this person go and you may be disappointed, like, why did they have to do that? But you're not allowing them to rain on your parade. It may trigger you to think back to all the times where they perhaps let you down, but this is just helping you move forward. This helps you say, you know what, watch me rise, watch me thrive, and watch me be more successful than ever before. And guess what? You missed out on an opportunity to be with me because you got in your own way. So I feel a lot of you could be like, moving on to bigger and better things. That's what I'm seeing here. The Magician card indicates if it does not align with what you see in your mind, you're not going to engage in it in any shape or form. And the Magician energy indicates that you are manifesting something that's going to be exciting. It's going to be abundant with that Empress energy. There's an energy here of you being focused on your finances as well in order to create stability. A lot of you may be pooling your resources into tangible things like real estate. This could be something that's on your mind as well. But we've got that Five of Cups. And the Five of Cups is an energy of, thank you so much, I'm truly grateful. Recognizing that, yes, there has been some tough times, but you will get through this. And you're just looking at streamlining your energy to make sure you don't waste your time, because I feel a lot of you are trying to get ahead of yourself in order to take a vacation there or a quick trip away. For some of you, this could be a business trip. Doesn't have to be a fun trip. It could be some spontaneous business trip that you have going on there. And I would say with that Five of Cups that there may be something that you kind of are not 100% happy with there, but you will correct it in some way. We've got that Four of Cups. I actually love the Four of Cups because it means that you're closed off to anything that is not fulfilling, and you are envisaging something new that the universe is going to manifest with you. If you know the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, there's a figure sitting under the tree, 3 cups in front, of them and they are full. So this can indicate things that once felt really good, things that felt fulfilling, things that you aligned with, they just don't hit in the same way right now, and you're seeking out something more. Your season is going to help you lean into being open to something more. And in that Four of Cups, there's a turbulent cloud. There's your turbulent cloud, okay? But it's also on the Four of Cups there in the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, and that cloud yields a hand from the universe, which is an ace, basically, an ace of cups energy. And it means that something more rewarding than you have at this moment in time is about to be delivered to you. Whether it's a relationship, whether it's an experience, an environment, whether it's an opportunity in your career. I feel like there's going to be a nice surprise here, but also a lot of you are thinking about protecting all that you hold dear right now as well, and keeping an eye on the world. I mean, I can't ignore the fact that the world is in this card, so a lot of you are feeling a little bit unsure about your stability. The world is very volatile at this moment in time, and you may be a little bit worried there. You feel very tested in your plans, but the Four of Cups indicates you're protected. Remember, umbrellas protect against the storm. There's also someone in spirit who is going to acknowledge their presence with you during this month, and you're going to really feel them, but also a monumental sign or message will be sent to you to highlight that you are protected and that they've got your back, okay? So I'm just going to pull a quick card on this Four of Cups for you. I feel this month is all about you giving back to yourself, focusing on your plans. You're deep in thought about a new way of living, and you're strategizing a structure to be more independent. Definitely come home to self. We got the Seven of Cups. So yeah, Seven of Cups is like you have the freedom to choose. Use your imagination. What is it you would want? If you could fantasize, which basically means be a visionary, and see what you could actually have in your hand, something tangible that has come from your mind. Every single thing that you see started with a thought. If you could have anything that would enrich your soul, enrich your life, what would you have? Because the King of Cups indicates your visions become your reality. You're coming home to self as well. You are leaning into your sense of independence. You're celebrating yourself. I feel like you're deeply in your emotions, conquering some challenging emotions this month to see how far you've come there. I mean, no accident that you've got cups there to express how you feel. We've got the Queen of Wands. We've got the Page of Swords. For some of you, this could be group activity. This could be a relationship that you're manifesting right now. There's definitely someone from your past that you had a relationship with who let you down, or had commitment issues, or someone who's really wishy-washy. There's someone who is trying to reach out to you or trying to find your number if you've blocked them. They're trying to find a way to reach out to you or message you. And you're going to try and, well, you may try to avoid this person, but this person's going to find a way, if not through you, through a friend, to get a message to you that they've been thinking about you a lot. What you do with that is your prerogative, of course. But the Seven of Cups is an energy of like, you can focus on anything you want. Basically, life is all about change, okay? That's the one constant in life. We can change a mindset. We cannot control sometimes external circumstances, but we can change a mindset. And you've got that King of Swords there. So I feel like you're changing your focus this month to focus on more fun things, more spontaneity, more living in the moment without attachments. Of course, you know, you want to build for your secure future, and I see you doing that, but there's this like lift of pressure, as it were, to focus on all the things that would bring you joy, that would really enrich your soul, your emotions. This is a card of, you know, doing more things that you love. It is an energy of, you know, life is a lot of effort right now, and you're thinking about how to control or take control of your life in some way. Yes, you've been tested, but you're on to bigger and better things. You're turning a corner, and you accept that sometimes things don't go your way, but they don't go your way, and this is the change of mindset because they're leading you to something better. It feels like you're being set up. If you feel like you've had a setback, it feels like you're being set up in some way for something better. Also, we got that Queen of Wands energy. Now, this can be, you know, alliance, can be a relationship here. If you are already in a relationship and it feels like things are a little bit uncertain at this moment in time, there's a very important conversation where both of you kind of like dissect the pathway ahead. If you are thinking about moving abroad or having a new pace of life, you and your partner, I feel like they're on the same page as you. But also this could be that you are manifesting a relationship into your life that is very passionate. If we break this down into steps, because of course this is your reading and not anyone else's, the Queen of Wands can indicate you're leaning into your passions, you're setting your soul on fire, creative collaborations, connecting to people, being inspired. You are someone who has deep friendships when you allow people in. So this could be that, you are encompassing, expressing yourself and being the center of attention, which you don't often like being, but it can be that this is your time to shine your light and people to gravitate towards you and reach out. There's going to be a message from someone you haven't heard from in a long time as well coming through there. With this Page of Swords, I feel this is you envisaging a new life or something that you're breaking free from a constraint. It could be that you're trying to create a business venture where you automate your money and make money and have more freedom. You could be trying to be more independent, for example. For some of you, this could be you and a friend, or you and a sibling, or this could be you going to visit your family in some way and, talking about your passion projects and your vision for your future. It's no accident that you got the Page of Swords, because this Page of Swords is pointing the sword in a certain direction, like they're choosing. It's like, I want this one. I've not explored this avenue yet, or I want to lean more into this sense of the unfamiliar. You're literally leaving the unfamiliar in order to embrace the extraordinary. And sometimes that comes at a cost of withdrawing from people, removing situations, that just don't align with you anymore. So I see you releasing. This is a big month of release for you. Now, I would say if you're in a career, for example, this could also be a period of review and things you've been working hard towards. You may have a conversation about problem solving or fixing some things. And a lot of you may be feeling like you're at a plateau in your industry or your career, and you may be seeking out better opportunities elsewhere because you may feel challenged, but also disappointed at the lack of advancement at this moment in time. However, at the end of November into December, there could be a very interesting conversation which puts you up for a promotion or some sort of role, because I feel like they don't want to lose you. But I always say that they should appreciate what they have before it leaves. And you may be looking into that as well. Now, my guides asked me to go one more, so I will. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides. Thank you so much. Okay, so we have I am successful. So I do see a lot of success here, but I feel it comes at a cost of you removing your energy to be more focused, and also finding the balance between working hard, but also playing harder. It's so important to have that balance because it just revamps your energy. But it says, your talent for setting and reaching goals is like no other. I see that with the Empress energy. As I said, you're going to be very productive, very proud of yourself, that you're organized, disciplined, structured, and serious about your goals. And it says, you are self-sufficient and capable of achieving your ambitions. 8 represents the ebb and flow of the infinite loop of creation. I am successful. And you literally have that 5 of Cups there, which is the ebb and flow. And I'm loving the fact that, as you can see, this figure, as I said, is reaching for something here, and those buttercups are heading down the stream. So the ebb and flow of things that some of you may even be like letting go of projects that you've just completed, or you finish something and you're on to the next. And you are focusing on new growth, because this figure right now is focusing on all that has been. And, there's something new growing here, or something new being formulated here, which will capture your attention at the end of November there. And it's actually very exciting for your future, whatever this is. It can be like a new emotions starting to formulate with a new person, because Page of Swords that just popped out there for you can indicate that you're going to be very curious about someone new if you're looking for love. But I feel that's not your primary focus. Your primary focus is you giving back to yourself this month. It says here, number 31, your approach to life is an effective mix of both practicality and imagination. I would say that definitely came out in your reading there. Your mind is stirring with creative ideas, and you have the organizational skills to manifest them to life. You have the manifestation card there, so you're definitely manifesting something here. And I'm disciplined. I think I even said that throughout your reading, that you're very disciplined this month. Also, I am evolving. You are the natural sign of evolution, and this is a month for you to, of course, evolve, know more about yourself as well. Number 55, substantial change is in your future. Embrace the change and need to overcome your insecurities and let go of your fears. I mean, I don't see any fears manifesting here in this energy, but perhaps this is you releasing those anxieties. I do feel you are looking at intrusive thoughts, letting go of those. I think I mentioned that at the beginning there, but it says here, I am evolving. You're evolving onto better times. You're moving ahead. This is literally a card of evolution there, and I feel this is a great month that almost feels like a stepping stone to more, because this month feels a little bit more like it's about you and your sense of identity, your ego, your growth, your body, your character. I mean, the first house is always the gateway to new beginnings. So I feel like something within you is changing, and that is the new chapter that you are moving towards at this time. Oh, I'm loving this. Look at this. We've got angels watching over me. So this means you're guided, you're protected, but also there's someone in spirit who's going to give you monumental messages to highlight that you're on the right path, that they've got you. If you've been through a setback or a disappointment, that there's something better aligning here for you. And I just heard, have the courage of your heart, my dear. So that just popped out. It's not related to anything in particular. So this could be that, you know, if you're single, this is overcoming any doubts around love. You are lovable. Have the courage of your heart to put yourself out there. Allow yourself to shine. You are going to attract the right person who is going to be truthful, honest, and respectful of love. Whether it's an opportunity, I'm not sure. So it just popped out there. And we got the butterfly. So this is a transformative month, but also something within you is changing because you've hit a milestone in your life. And I feel this is about you elevating. Also, social butterfly energy with this. So I feel you're going to be doing a lot this month, but at a nice pace. I feel like you're taking your time with it, not feeling the pressure of it. You've been under pressure, but there's just a nicer pace to November there for you as well. Also, the butterfly can indicate that you've done a lot of soul searching. You know, you've been in that cocoon where you feel like you've been trying to work out who you are, what you want, what life is all about, and you felt a little bit like stuck in a rut, or you've felt dissolved in your sense of self. I feel like you are reimagining your life in some way and starting to, you know, spread your wings and fly and come home to self. Feel more like yourself than you've been for a long time. Okay. So I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates, my beautiful Scorpio. Thank you so much, and love and light.